Hey, what's going on YouTube? Hometown Fit is coming through, so check this out. I got a pickup video for everybody. 5 vintage hats that I picked up recently. I just got them in the mail a couple weeks ago. I just haven't gotten around to make a video to it. Had other videos that I wanted to get in there before I got into those. So anyway, I got 5 vintage pickups. Actually, 4 of them are from 2 different companies. 2 of them are from American Eagle and 2 of them are from Starter. And another one is from New Era, which is the company that I mostly pick up. Anybody that watches my my channel knows that I'm mostly about New Era. It's just that I stick to a company that I know more about than getting into other ones, just in case I get stung, you know. Because that's the only thing you can do, man. If you're into picking up something, stick to a company you know and stick to that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of fakes out there, that you can run into. Especially with picking up vintage stuff, man. It's a tough game out there. And anybody who watches my channel, I'm mostly about the vintage hats, whether it be a snap or a fitted. But it's mostly all fitteds. I get the odd snap, just because it goes with the jersey mostly. If you get the vintage jersey, you get the vintage hat. And back in the day, it was mostly all snapbacks. I had a viewer. Shout out to this viewer. I forget your name, but he commented on one of my posts or one of my videos and said that he couldn't believe the price of some of the snapbacks that are out there on eBay for vintage ones, or even just ones of today. And to tell you the truth, man, like I'm on eBay all the time looking at vintage hats all the time, and snapbacks are way overpriced, to tell you the truth. I know that because they are dead stock, it makes them one of a kind. And to a true collector or somebody that's into picking up vintage hats like myself, they will pay the price no matter what it is. It's just sad that it's gone so high for vintage hats, man. Like back in the day, to tell you the truth, man, like anybody that's 29 or like my age or even older knows that vintage hats back in the day or like snapbacks back in the day were like for the poor man. Like I've said before in one of my videos, like it was the hat that your grandpa had, you know what I'm saying, sitting on his mantle or in his closet, you know, or that he wore working on his car, getting grease all over, you know. So that's what snapbacks were like to us, and to me, when I see snapbacks, when kids are wearing them, I still have those visions, you know what I'm saying. So it doesn't make me want snapbacks. I'm more about the fitted, you know, like the fitted suit. You know, something that's classy. I like the fitted hat. It's yours. You know what I'm saying? It's your size. It fits your head. And you know what I'm saying? Like all my friends, none of them can wear my hats. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the same size head as mine. So it's like it's yours, and that's what I like about it. And snapbacks to me are just, I don't know, they're just bad memories of the past. You know what I'm saying? It's just throughout high school it was all fitted. Everything was fitted hats. My first fitted hat I ever bought was I was in grade 10, I believe. It was a St. Louis Cardinals hat. So it was the full red, gray underbrim, STL. It was my first fitted hat I ever wore, and I loved it. And I never looked back from then on. Fitted hats are the greatest hats ever, you know what I'm saying? So the price of vintage snapbacks, I don't really get it. I saw one that was like $125, and that's just insane. Actually, you know what? Tell you the truth, I saw one that was $225. And that just blew me away. Like, who's going to pay $225 for a snapback, to tell you the truth? I realize it's a one of a kind, and it is dead stock, and they don't make them anymore, and there's maybe only that one left out there, but $225 is insane. Most I ever paid for a hat was my Chicago White Sox hat, which is a full leather sweatband. It's a vintage hat from 1982, true vintage, New Era, and I paid like $60 in an auction. To tell you the truth, there are true collectors out there that are after the right thing, and to find a true leather sweatband is huge to any collector. So I was willing to pay that just to get that hat into my collection. And obviously, it's a hat I'll never wear, along with all my other vintage hats. You know, with the white sweatbands, once you get those dirty, there's no coming back. You know, you can clean them up a little bit, but they're 100% wool. They're gonna shrink on you like mad. So vintage hats that I collect, I barely even wear. You know, I just have them for my collection. And you might think I'm weird for that, but that's just the way I am. I like to collect vintage hats. I don't sell them. I just keep them just to have them. They're like it's kind of like a dying breed now that everyone's after snapbacks. But when the fitted hat comes back, and I've stocked up with all the vintage fitteds, look out! Hometown Fitteds be rich. No, just joking. But anyway, that's the reason, man. Snapbacks are crazy. I don't know why the prices are so high on them. Just for some dead stock fad that's going through right now. Everybody's all hacked up on it because some hip-hop rappers wore them in some videos and stuff like that. It's insane to me. Fitted hats are the only way to go, to tell you the truth. That's my opinion. I do have the odd snapback, so call me a hypocrite if you want to. Doesn't matter. The fitteds, if it's a snap, it's got to be vintage. Don't be fooled by the ones that are out there today. They're just brutal. I'm just not really into it. It just makes me mad. But anyway, let's get into the pickups. Shout out to POB. I got a couple of hats here that you'll like. I know that you said that American Needle is your favorite hat. Well, I got a couple of American Needles. These are my first American Needle hats that I got. As you can see right now, this is a Miami Dolphins hat. You got the green for the upper brim right there. You got the green that goes all the way around the crown of the hat, all the way to the back. That matches up with this NFL shield right there. And you got this beautiful, beautiful stitched dolphin right in there. It's the classic flat stitching. It's not 3D like they are today, just a classic flat stitch. You got dolphins right there, scripted, stitched into the side of the hat. You got the green air holes all the way around the top of the hat, topped off with the green beanie right there. Flip it upside down. You got the green underbrim, all right, and you got that classic white sweatband right there. You got the Team NFL logo or tagging right there, and the American Needle, founded in 1918. Story about American Needle, just to let you guys know what it's about. American Needle in New Era. American Needle is older by 2 years. American Needle was founded in 1918, and the first major league team that they ever did, first major league MLB team, sorry, that they did was the Chicago Cubs. And at the time, the owner of American Needle went to the owner of the Cubs and said, "Listen, why don't we start making hats for the general public, the fans to wear, just like the on-field ones that the players are wearing?" And the Chicago Cubs owner said to the owner of American Needle and said, "Why would the fans want to wear what the players are wearing?" So it's almost as if back in the day that the owners of Major League Baseball teams thought of their players as like kind of riffraff, that the general public just saw them as riffraff, and why would they want to wear the stuff that they wear? You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like completely different. It's like Major League players, anybody that's a professional athlete is just like they're even above like the head rich guy out there. You know what I'm saying? Like some of them make over $100 million. Like Alex Rodriguez, you know, he makes like 200. He signed like a $200 million contract with the Texas Rangers back in the day, and he still owed what $117 million off of that. So that's just the way things went back in the day, man. They just looked at professional players, I guess the owners did, as riffraff, and they said, why would they want to wear it? American Needle started it. The first wave sold like that. Second wave sold even quicker, and opened the gateway for fans like us to wear the jerseys and the hats, man. So shout out to American Needle for opening that gateway. Same as New Era. New Era's first team, 1920, they started making hats for like fedoras and all that stuff, and then they started getting into Major League Baseball as well. Their first team they did was the Cleveland Indians, and they stayed with that team forever. And I guess in the mid-'80s is when everything changed. American Needle started not making the on-field hats anymore. It was all New Era, and it's been that way ever since. Especially when the Diamond Collection came out, that's when New Era really stepped it up and started getting into the major leagues even more and more and more. Then they got the licensing for the MLB logo on the back. But that's a little information right there, a little classic history for you on the two major hat companies. Got another American Needle hat right here. You saw this in one of my videos. I was wearing it with my Randy Moss rookie jersey when I was showing my closet. I love this hat, had to pick it up. Classic purple hat. I love the purple all around the top of the brim right there. And you also got the purple all around the crown of the hat, all the way to the back. That meets up with the, let me get it out there, the NFL shield right there, as you can see it. You got the purple air holes all the way around the top, along with the purple beanie there as well. You got Vikings script stitched right into the side of the hat. And of course you got that vintage stitching right there, the flat stitching, not the 3D version of the Minnesota Vikings logo right there in the front of the hat. You flip it up, you see that classic vintage green underbrim right there. And of course, you got the white sweatband, which will yellow on you, so I don't wear them. But there's the Team NFL tagging right there, and you got the American Needle tagging right there as well. They're all 7 1/8. These are a great fitting hat. To tell you the truth, New Era and American Needle look almost the exact same. The quality of the hats, from the vintage hats, are almost the exact same. To tell you the truth, I'm going to show you another hat right now. You can tell me whether it's New Era or American Needle. And it's this hat right here. It's a Houston Oilers hat. And yes, it is a New Era vintage hat. The other two there were American Needle. I'll tell you the truth, there it is. Side by side, they almost look the exact same. They're almost a split image, to tell you the truth. Maybe the brim is a little smaller on the American Needle. I'm not too sure, but they feel the same as well. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Houston Oilers hat. All right, Warren Moon. Play for the Toronto Argos. That's a pretty big feat for me up here with the brutal CFL. Anyway, you got the baby blue on the upper brim right there. You got the baby blue that goes all the way around the crown of the hat, all the way to the back. That matches up with that old New Era logo right there. All right. This logo here was kind of on their their merchandise products back in the day. I don't know if it was ever on the Major League Baseball ones, like the MLB hats, but they put it on their certain hats, and definitely this one got it for sure. You got the classic flat stitching on this one as well for the Oilers logo there. You got the blue air holes all around the top of the hat, topped off with a blue beanie right there. Flip it up, you got that vintage green underbrim right there, along with the classic white sweatband. And you got the tagging there, you got the 5950 tagging right there, so making this either a 94 or 95, maybe a little, I would say 94 or 95 for sure. And then you've got, of course, the New Era sizing tag right there. Made in Korea. It's a classic Made in Korea hat that kind of blew me away when I saw that as well. It is actually 30% wool and 70% acrylic, so you gotta watch yourself with vintage hats, man. You start sweating in them, you're gonna ruin that white sweatband for sure. That's another reason why I don't wear them. These other two hats, these are my second and third ever having a starter hat, so these kind of mean a lot to me. But let's get into it right now. Start off with this one. This one, Indianapolis Colts. Love this hat. It's a classic. Had to pick it up from my vintage hat dealer on eBay there. I buy all my vintage hats from him. I also have a dealer around my area here that lets me know what he's got. You got the gray for the upper brim right there. You got the Colts logo stitched right there. Flat stitching as well for the vintage, as they always are. Of course, you got the gray air holes that go all the way around the top of the hat, topped off with the the gray beanie there. All right, you've got the NFL logo stitched right into the side there. You got the AFC logo stitched right there on this side of the hat, and of course you got the starter right on the back. And the blue goes all the way around the crown of the hat, all the way to the front and all the way to the back. That meets up with that starter logo. I'm not a big fan of where the starter logo has been placed on the hat. I would like if it was a little bit lower, like the MLB logo, or even how the NFL shields were on the American Needle hats. But it sits a little high. I don't know why it does. Flip it upside down, you got the classic green underbrim right there. The sweatbands are the same color as the top of the hat, alright, so it stays blue. You've got the starter tagging right there, and of course you got the sizing tag, which kind of mimics the classic New Era hats, the vintage New Era hats that I have for the on-field pro hats. Same sizing tag. So when I was in public school, I had a starter hat, or anyone had a starter hat, they always said that with the starter on the inside, if you pulled the stars out of the back, if you got 5 of them, you would get a free hat from starter. I don't know, maybe that's just a myth, or people were just going around doing that, ripping them out of their hats. The most you'd ever get would be 3 anyways, out of the back, and I'm not going to try it on these ones. I think that's just a myth anyway, I always did. But if you guys have ever heard that, let me know. You know, I want to know if that's true back in the day. If you got 5 stars out of the back, that you would get a free starter hat from starter. Anyway, this next one is a beautiful hat. This is gorgeous. Any Utah fans out there, you got to pick this hat up if you ever see it. I saw this hat as well on eBay, and I think it was going for like 64 bucks to tell you the truth. And I definitely didn't pay that from my hat dealer for sure. He hooked me up with a great deal on this hat. You got the perfect yellow for the top of the brim right there. You got this purple that pops right off of this whole hat all the way around the crown of the hat all the way to the back. That meets up with Utah bigly, like big stitching right across the back of the hat with the starter just above it. I guess that kind of throws a little bit something in there to make to compensate for having the starter logo so high. You got the NBA logo stitched right into the side of the hat as well. Is there like vintage logo or something like that? I'm not too sure what it's all about. But anyway, that's stitched into the side of the hat. You got the beautiful yellow air holes that go all the way around the top of the hat, topped off with that yellow beanie as well. Flip it upside down, you got the classic green underbrim, which is great with the yellow. Then you got the green. I love that look. The sweatband follows the same color as the top of the hat as well, with the purple sweatband. And of course you got the starter tagging right there. You got the sizing tag right there, mimics the pro versions of New Era hats. And of course you got the NBA logo right there, tagging. It's a great hat. I love the look of this thing. I mean, just look at that logo right there. That's a classic logo. I just love the look at that. Alright. Of course it's classic flat stitching. It's not 3D. I just love vintage hats so much for that. It's just a classy look. I really love vintage hats a whole lot. So anyway, I do watch a lot of YouTube videos on people making hat collecting. Man, I always check them out. I always filter it and check out the weekly ones, whoever's made a new one. I always check out the ones that have the lowest views, you know, see what they're about. And sometimes they're just new people trying to make videos. Some of them are good, some of them just need to be a little, I don't know. I don't like to judge people's videos, man, because like I was a new person on YouTube too. So any ones that I like, I always comment on them, letting them know that they got a great collection. So shout out to anybody that's watching this that I've seen your video and commented on. Shout out to you guys. So like I always say, man, hometown fitteds. You got a fitted or a snap or a fitted. Keep them clean, keep them crisp. Keep watching, keep subscribing. Watch all my old videos. Please, man, and make videos. Keep making videos. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want me to watch your videos, let me know. I'll watch your videos. I'll let you know if I like your collection or what you guys need to add to it, or if you guys have any questions about collecting vintage hats, whether it be New Era or whatever. Let me know. I'll try to help you out the best I can. I don't claim to be like a professional person on collecting or anything like that, but I do have a little bit of knowledge, seeing as how I've been doing it for a long time. So anyway, shout out to everybody, all my subscribers. Shout out to all the Jersey heads out there, to Hat Fanatic for the hat collecting. Man, I love your videos. Alright, shout out to everybody watching this video, all my subscribers. Like 181 of you now. Shout out to all of you for taking your time to watch and to subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm just a regular guy just making videos on hats and jerseys and stuff like that. Shout out to everybody on the Kings of Throwbacks on Facebook. Shout out to all you guys out there. Got more coming, got whatever, you know what I'm saying? Check out all my videos. Please keep subscribing, keep watching. Hometown Fitteds, fitter or snap or fitted. Keep them clean, keep them crisp. Peace.